Hi, it's Charlie giving you Monday's market commentary. Hope you're very well. Sometimes it's just a good thing to come out to a monthly time frame just to get a bigger picture view of what's going on in the markets, because in the main we are fairly short-term traders, so we're either day trading or short-term swing trading. But sometimes you can get caught up in the noise of what's going on a intraday charts or even on the daily charts, and so just broadening your horizons and coming out, zooming out to that bigger time frame view can really make a difference sometimes, and just simplify what you're trying to do and what the overall trend may or may not be. So what we're going to do here is just going to run through a few of the currency pairs and markets and see what those trends may be. Oh, before I go any further though, Kim's brand new product's going to be out in about, I think, about a week, maybe the end of this week. It might even be out. So that launch date's coming very soon. It's based around statistical analysis, so behind the product itself. I'm not going to say anything more at the moment, but that is due out very soon. So I'm looking forward to that. It's looking pretty good. Right. Okay. So I've started us off with the pound dollar here. It's a monthly chart, and as we can see, if I actually take this back, I can't take it any further back, but by the looks of things, no, it won't allow me to take it any further back. So let's just zoom it in slightly. There we go. So we can see the big fall off from back in 2008, 2009. But if we're looking at the charts now, although it's basically essentially just been in a tight range relative to the monthly time frame, at the moment it's coming up, and we've tested these sort of levels several times, and I've been talking about these, even you can see them on the daily charts, and we're coming up. As I'd sort of said, I was looking for that 164 to 166 range, but then actually if we come out to a monthly chart, well, is it not possible that the pound dollar may actually want to come back and revisit these highs up here, which we're talking into the to the upper 166s, and then even to potentially 170 up there. So certainly, if we're looking at the monthly time frame here, then at the moment it looks like it's fairly fresh move to the upside, and there could still be some more follow through to that. So although it doesn't matter about what happens in the noise of the daily charts, we've got to keep this at the back of our mind that there could be some more upside there. So if we then move on to the euro dollar, and obviously I've been talking to you about the euro dollar in recent weeks anyway, but remember the euro dollar came up to this trend line. It's never really well placed on telly charts, this trend line. Let's see if I can move it a little bit. Oops, get rid of that. There we go. So yeah, there it is. But it's slicing through all of this, which it isn't on my other charts. But anyway, it's just how they put their data together. It can affect where prices or the look of their charts sometimes. But anyway, we struck this down trend line, but again, what was that, a couple of months or so ago now. We're just at the end of November, so this is about to start a new candle. I'm recording this Sunday evening, so as of the time you're probably watching this, then it's there'll be a new candle here, and there's potential. We've reacted. We've had a nice reaction from this test of the trend line, and the potential is that everything's moving up still, that maybe this is going to move up. And so if the euro dollar is going to move up, well, you have to then say, well, where are the most likely areas where this currency pair may want to go to? And so you have to then look to, we've got this peak over here, which is somewhere above 140, and then obviously we've got a cluster of peaks between 145 to 150, dare I say it. So, and of course anything can happen in the markets, and maybe this would roll over, this can completely roll over, of course, but at the moment you do your analysis based on what you see in front of you. And at the moment, the euro dollar, like the pound dollar, is going up. It's had its reaction there, and the potential is that it may want to break through the trend line. That's a potential. It may not, and it may just start to roll over, but it may want to break through. And if it does break through, then we're looking up into the 140s or so. So that's worthwhile bearing in mind there on the euro dollar. Let's have a look at the Aussie dollar. If I can see it on my watch list here, where have you gone? There it is. Now the Aussie dollar is a little bit different. We're looking at this monthly chart, and you would have to say, well, this looks like this market may be wanting to, still in the early stages of this, actually moving quite a bit lower. So, and then if it is going lower, where potentially is it going to go down to? Well, we've got these lows down here at 80, so over 1,000 points away. So sometimes just zooming out and coming to the monthly charts and just sort of put everything into perspective for you. Let's go and have a look at gold, for example. Gold, I don't think is quite so simple because just the way it is, but overall this looks like it's just been a nice pullback on the monthly time frame in the last couple of years against that huge trend, upwards trend that we've had. Beautiful upwards trend since the early 2000s, and so this just looks like another pullback. Now it could come lower, but at the moment, I'm looking at my other momentum charts on this time frame. I'm still thinking that we're in a bottoming process. When I say bottoming, I mean I'm not talking about going up necessarily to new highs, but bottoming as in we've been sitting around this zone for what, the last 5 months or so now, and of course we could dip down to sub 1200, but I still see this as in a bottoming process. It may even want to come down to this monthly 100, but I still see that it's trying to work out a low. That's what I'm seeing in this at the moment. I need a little bit more evidence to then support that analysis, but that's how I'm seeing it. I wouldn't just buy it right now, but I definitely feel that we are close there on gold. But this is on a monthly time frame, so anything can happen in days, and even over a course of a few weeks. And is there anything else we want to have a look at? Oh, well, lastly, we better have a look at the S&P, shouldn't we? So the S&P, well, all it says to us is it's going up and it's at new highs. And so if it does want to pull back, well, these highs would be a logical area for it to want to pull back to. So, but this one's not as easy because it's already in this well-established trend. So therefore, you can't say anything about that other than to say, well, the trend is up, and until something else takes place. So nice simple analysis there today, but sometimes it's simplicity which is the easiest. In fact, let's go and have a look at the dollar index itself, because see if there's anything there in the dollar. I haven't looked at this at all, but it's not actually telling us too much down here on the dollar index. It's over the last several months, as we can see, right way back into 2012, really not going anywhere. So it's going to go one of two ways. If it starts to pick up, then we've got targets up in the upper 80s if it starts to pick up. But if it starts to weaken off, we've got to be looking back down to this sub 75 zone for the dollar index. So again, one to easily watch. If the dollar index starts to bleed its way down a bit, then we should be expecting some of those currencies crossing with the dollar to appreciate a little bit. So interesting to watch there as well. Right, I shall leave that analysis with you for today. Back on Friday. Oh, actually, I say I'm back on Friday. I am sort of. Yes, I will be. Sorry, I just realised I was out on Thursday, but yes, back on Friday.